Hello, it is the next day, but it's not morning. I had to fix my water line. One of them broke, so I had to find another one. I had one good one to replace that, and then I had to repair another one I had. But anyway, back to I was going to plant the trees, and I realized I couldn't plant them up along the way I wanted to. And I got my measuring tape out and I looked around. This apple tree, it's 17 years old now, and so far as I know, it has never produced a blossom. And in an earlier video, I did mention that this one is further out from the ditch, from the well, than I wanted the line of trees to be. So I'm going to cut this apple tree down low enough that I can run over the stump with a lawnmower. I'm not going to do that right now, but right now I'm going to plant one of the cherry plums in line with the shrubs. So the blueberry bush is there, and the 4 goji berries that's down there. Put it halfway between the goji berries and the blueberries, and then if I go the recommended 18 feet, it will take me in between those 2 blueberry bushes to right there. So that's 2 of the cherry plums. I have 4. These ass caps are pretty much full grown. If I put a cherry plum between those 2 ass caps, it's a little bit closer to those other fruit trees than they're supposed to be, but not too bad. I can put in there. And then let's go over from between those 2 ass caps. So I can go right here for 15 feet. The seaberry bush, the other seaberry bush I got, can go as close as 3 feet to that one. So I can put the seaberry bush here, and the other cherry plum right where the edge of this pile of sifted compost is. Since there is no information about what grows where in Newfoundland, then putting all of my gojis into one area is not a good idea. I'm going to put 2 of them, the 2 that I've got to plant out right now, right here. And that, once everything grows up, will start to look quite like a forest here. Now we are up in section 3, and as I said, because of the size of mulberry trees, there's no way that I'm going to be able to put them even one in section 2 due to the way the land goes. But I have an area over here where it's a good place to put them. The last time this area here was cleared was also 17 years ago, and it is 80 feet up across this way and 150 feet from that far corner over to about right there. That being said, I can put 5 mulberries along here. All these little whips, I'll cut them down and I'll have an open field again. I can put 5 long ways in 3 rows. So that would be 15, but a lot of this I'm going to cut down. There is an embankment back right there. You can't see it from here. But these trees here are going to be cut down to the embankment. That's where the wildlife force needs to start. This side of it is firewood. So I'm left with a space for 2 rows of 5. That's 10. I have 9. So I have the room. The only thing is up here, well, there's 2 things. One is I have to put those sticks around it, make sure it has enough protection from both moose and snowshoe hare. Also, I will have to bring the water up in buckets and water them until they get fully established, which is going to be kind of a pain, but it is what it is. I have one pawpaw tree. He only has one little tiny leaf now, but it looks like it's still alive. It's just the switch from inside to outside. It lost the leaves it was growing, but it's growing a little bit. So it's still alive, and I want to plant it somewhere. This area, it's mostly alpine strawberry and clover. And boy, are the alpine strawberry loaded with flowers this year. I searched the whole property, and this is the only place that I see that's decent to put in a pawpaw tree. Pawpaw is hardy to my zone with respect to plant hardiness zones, but it needs warmer summers than what I have, according to my calculations, that is. That being said, if I plant it here, it's in right now a surrounding of trees. If I don't cut these trees, it's in its own little garden with the sun shining right down on it for the better part of the day. South is that way, so it will get the sun on the heat of the day. So this is my most likely place to get fruit off that pawpaw tree. It's going right there. That round top shovel is not for cutting sod. And since they're so close together, I'm going to cut the sod out completely between the 2 the blueberry bushes. Don't be talking, don't be talking. Good morning. It's another day. I spent more time in bed yesterday than I did vertical. But I did get the trees and shrubs planted in section 1. Anyway, let's see what I've planted here, and then we'll go and plant the mulberries. Here's the first cherry plum. When I went to dig them out, their roots actually hadn't gone down that far. So with the big shovel, I could scoop it right up, the root ball, soil with it, so the roots hasn't been disturbed that much, which is great. You remember the trellises that I had for peas in the beds? I used that because I'm not going to be using that for trellises this year. I planted the cherry plum in between the 2 blueberry bushes, and I said, well, no good to leave that little bits of sod there. I took the whole thing out, and then I'm like, well, now I've got this space of bare earth, got to do something with that. And so I had some extra plants, and I brought them out and planted them here. Mostly Brussels sprouts, a Swiss chard. There's a chamomile there. Somewhere there's oregano there. Over by that cup there's an oregano. This morning when I went to get the mulberry trees, I noticed that these two are still alive. This one has put out new leaves right on the tip here. This one I scratched the bark and it's still green underneath. So I'm going to plant them here, but rather than plant them down in the ground, I'm going to go and get some soil, and because this is really rough here, and level this up so it'll be built up, and I'll put the gojies in the new soil. Then we're walking along the back side of the traditional garden again. Maybe I should go around the other side of that ash gap. And you've got another cherry plum there. This sea berry, he's doing very well. This is also new leaves he's put out here, and he's turned up toward the sun. When I initially put him here, he was turned down. And then the other sea berry is in here. He's just a little tiny guy. And the last cherry plum. And then there's my regular cherry tree and my plum tree. And underneath the plum tree, I have the other two gojies that seem to be quite healthy. So now we need to take the quad with our other 10 trees in and go up in section 3 and plant those. I guess I need to hold on to this camera because I need to swing it around and show you the different areas. Now the cabin road is out right there, and these birch trees are going to leave there. This alder, I can cut that down. So my corner, well, the front wall here, the north wall, will be just in behind that alder. And I need to come 15 feet out from that for my mulberry tree. And if we turn around this way, we can actually see, I'll use the other hand, the line along here, where is basically the edge of the forest. Everything this side I can cut down. So I need to measure 15 feet in from here and 15 feet in from here for my first mulberry tree. So our 15 feet comes out to this little whip here. And then going out from that little whip, which is about on the line of the, that would be the eastern line of this patch. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So just the other side of this whip here, which I'll cut down anyway. So I have my first tree. My loppers for cutting down these whips. a large shovel for digging the hole. I have some compost here to put in the hole. And I have a mallet and a rod for making small holes so I can put my pieces of stick around the tree afterwards. We're a long ways from the house, so who knows what will be wandering through this area. Cut down this whip first. I'll bring you over now and show you what soil I'm dealing with. This is basically the soil that underlays most of this neck of land that I live on. Beautiful soil. The only thing is, of course, this is far from the house, so for me to put anything that's labor intensive up here, I'm walking 500 feet or something every day. Not a good idea. So the tree will have no trouble putting its roots down. Many years ago, I planted some sea berry up here because of this very fact that it's a soft, loose soil, and I thought sea berry would grow great. But it's a long ways from the house, taking care of it. These, basically, I will take better care of these. I'll have some compost in here. Let's see how these come out now. See, that's the thing, to take them out, you've pretty much really done a number on disturbing the roots. Because of that, they have quite the transplant shock now. And that's the reason I am going to leave these trees around here, the little whips that's growing up. I'll leave them here for now to give this some shade, and in a week's time I can start to cut back this and give the trees some more light. There, I have 9 more of those to go, and the one pawpaw. I've laid them out. You won't be able to see it very well when I get them planted anyway, so I'll just walk around here and show you where I've got them laid. I didn't have as much room as I thought I did, so I shan't be getting any more mulberry trees unless it's to replace one of these. I'll keep 9 mulberry trees. If one of them dies, then I'll try to get one to replace it. Here we've got the one that I planted. And 30 feet up, we'll go to the next one. "30 feet this way, all you see is alders, which I'm going to cut down. We'll walk through. Here's our next one. You go another 30 feet. That's 3. And another 30 feet. Now this is the wide angle. I've got the camera out as wide as it goes. And you can see we're pretty close to the birch here. Now I need firewood. They'll do as good firewood as anything else. Oh, I just noticed something. That's a dead spruce. Wonder what happened there. So, since they do as good for firewood as anything else, I went another 30 feet. And I put a 5th one in there. Right beside the birch tree, but cut down that birch tree and let my mulberry tree grow. Then up here, in between the birch trees, I had to put one to make 4 along here. And there. And this one, now technically this one was supposed to be right in that old, was going to burn that at one time. That's what that was doing there. But that's in the way. Let's forget it, not fighting with it. I'll put it out here. Because I can't put a 3rd row in anyway. That'll be it for that. I'll plant them and you won't be able to see anything anyway until I've got this all this small stuff cleared. I'll leave it for a week so that they get some shade from this taller material. I'll be watering them every day, and then I'll start to lower the other material and cut down those trees so that they get the sunshine and the nutrients they need to grow. Well, now it's all done. The sun is bright. I should have put on my sunglasses. All the pressing planting has been done. I have 9 mulberries planted, 1 pawpaw tree that's up in area number 3. Maybe I should sit up so I can actually look at you guys. I've got 4 cherry plums, 1 plum, 2 cherry trees. The other one, I don't know what it is. It might be a plum or a cherry. It hasn't produced yet. I got 2 cherry bushes, 8 goji bushes, 2 seaberry, 6 currants, 5 apple trees, and my large annual garden. Still lots to do, but I'm not pressed right now to get anything in immediately. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.